This is Doug and Cindy with Elder Law Practice 5cast. Thanks for joining in today. Today we're going to talk about how to choose a healthcare agent. We've talked about healthcare powers of attorney before, but this is a big decision. You know, a lot of people make lightly sometimes. Sometimes people get a power of attorney or a private living will when they go to the hospital.
Right.
You know, they ask you if you have one.
Yes, don't do that.
Yeah.
I mean, you need to have it long before, because there's a lot that needs to go into this. You can make your own healthcare decisions now, and that's great, and you should make them as long as you can. But if you can't make your healthcare decisions, you name someone in a legal document who is going to make healthcare decisions for you. And it may be minor, it may be something that ends your life. So a lot of thought needs to go into this.
And a lot of times people do it lightly. They just, Susie lives next door, so we'll just name Susie.
A lot of times they do it because they have children and they do it in age.
Birth order,
Birth order.
Albert first, Bobby next, Charles next, D, E, F, G, so forth down the line. And, that may be the best way to do it, or maybe not. A lot of thought needs to go into this, because you are you may be putting your life in your hands here, or in your kid's hand, or whoever you name. You're naming someone to make a healthcare decision for you. And this is a big deal. We know we both did this for our moms. You was healthcare power of attorney for your mom, and I was healthcare power of attorney for my mom, both of us, for the last few years of our mom's life. And almost every week there was some sort of healthcare related decision that we were called upon to make for our moms. And had we not had that document, I don't know what we would have done. We just wouldn't have been empowered to make decisions for them.
But even more, I think more important than that is to have a discussion with whoever you're going to name.
Yes.
So that they understand what your true values are. And that's a topic in and of itself, to be able to start the conversation with them, because you're protecting yourself by doing these documents and naming them, but you want, number one, to select the right person. So you go through a process to do that. They need to understand your goals as well. Do you want to stay at home as long as possible? Would you prefer to move to a facility? Do you want life-sustaining treatment? I mean, even if it means you're curled up in a fetal position and have artificial life support, is that what you want? You've got to have these discussions with them. You've got to know that they can make this decision. It's hard. Was it not hard making those decisions?
Yes, and it's what you said earlier. I mean, it's critical to have this discussion. And if you're one of the parents watching this, whichever one of your kids you're going to name, have an eyeball-to-eyeball, face-to-face discussion with them. It's important to have the words written down on paper and have this done properly and legally, but it's also very important for them to hear it from you, what you want, where you want to be, what type of care you want, what types of healthcare decisions you want them to make for you if you can't, and do you trust this person to make those healthcare decisions?
And if there are other siblings involved, will they be diplomatic in handling the situation? Because if they're not, that could cause a lot of issues too. And they have to be available. I mean, if you want to name, you have 4 kids and you want to name the one that lives in California and you live here in Arkansas, that may not be the best choice, because with my mom, we had several trips to the emergency room, and I was just right here in town, just a few blocks away from her. So availability is very important too.
So these are some important factors to consider when you're naming an agent that will make healthcare decisions for you. We hope these tips have been a benefit to you today. Cindy and I are both attorneys, but obviously we can't give legal advice on this channel. If you live in Arkansas, we will be happy to visit with you. But if you have an attorney, get with your attorney and have this discussion about doing a healthcare power of attorney and other healthcare related documents for you, because these are very important. If you like the information in this video today, give us a thumbs up, subscribe to this channel.
And for more information, check out the description below. Thanks for joining us today. We appreciate your time. And thank you for being a caregiver for your loved one.